everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we will be talking about Avengers Infinity War. I finally saw it. My dad's seen it like 3 times.
Twice.
Oh yeah, twice, and then maybe again. No, it's been 3 times.
Yeah, that's right.
Thursday,
yeah, 3 times.
Sunday, 2 times on Sunday. So 3 times for him, 1 time for me. Initial reaction, what? Like, what is happening? Confusion, shock, and crying. That was me.
Oh my God. So when we did the reaction to the trailer, I told Jade and I told everybody else that Thanos was going to come and take no prisoners. And man, like I said in that reaction, I've been collecting comics for since the early '70s. And, big Marvel fan. Thanos has always been, one of my favorite, actually my favorite Marvel villain. Mm-hmm. And, showed why in this movie. The movie was excellent, man.
Oh my God. It was
just... the movie was they exceeded my expectations, Infinity Gauntlet, one of my favorite books of all time. Wow, it was just mind-blowing.
It really was. Like, literally, the first 5 minutes, they killed Loki,
and we should say that this is going to be a spoiler.
Oh, yeah,
spoiler
for sure.
Reaction.
This is definitely a spoiler. We've already seen it. We're going to be talking about it, and I'll put in the title that is spoilers for sure. But yeah, like I was saying, like, the first 5 minutes, they killed Loki. They killed, what was his name?
Heimdall.
Yeah, like, oh gosh.
And the poor, Loki tried to use the we got a Hulk thing, and the poor Hulk, man. When Thanos did the punch to the neck and to the throat, I knew it was on, man.
Yeah.
It was just so good because before you even when the scene first opened up, before they even showed what was going on, it showed, they played the sound of the Asgard ship sending out the distress signal. And, you knew something. And we saw at the end of Ragnarok that as Thanos' ship was coming up, and we knew that when, at the end of, towards the end of Ragnarok, we knew Loki had possibly taken the Tesseract. Mm-hmm. And so we knew, he was being mischievous like he always is. So we knew something was going to jump off. So, man, it was, he beat Hulk down.
Yeah,
man.
He did. Because you could tell, like, he never came out in the rest of the movie if you've seen it.
It was like Bruce Lee taking apart a barroom brawler. Uh-huh. Hulk went in like Hulk always does, brute force. And Thanos, those hands, I mean, just true. Boom, 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 kick, started off with that throat punch, and just, it was just, and the audience, man, was just stunned.
Oh, yeah, I honestly, when I first saw it, I don't know, I didn't, like, believe what was happening. I was like, like, they're starting off, and they're, like, killing people. I'm like, whatever, but then I was like, wait a minute, they just killed Loki. And I'm like, well, maybe we'll see. Like, we don't know. But it looked like he was dead. Like, it looked like he died for sure.
But, it just, and they had to do that because for, ever since they started teasing Thanos, people, they had to establish Thanos as this ultimate. People who read comics, we knew how bad Thanos was. But the audience had no idea because all the audience saw was this dude sitting in a chair. So you guys had no idea what was coming, and I could not wait to get to this point because everybody, you knew the Avengers, and the Avengers were always going to triumph. But I couldn't wait to get to this point. Thor is my favorite character, Thor and the Black Panther. But these guys, and even in this movie, Thanos is depowered from what he is in the comics. And so I just knew once we got to this part, there's no way that they were going to be able to handle this guy. And the first 5 minutes, he came in and showed why. And his character was just so complex. You know, before Thanos, I would say Killmonger was probably my favorite Marvel villain. Thanos,
Yeah, he was
took
really
that
good.
over.
Really good in the movie. It was really, really good. I think, I don't know, I just underestimated, because like I haven't read the comics, so I really did underestimate, the power that Thanos really did have, and I wasn't expecting him to get those stones like that fast and that easy, I mean, like, they have to progress it because it's a movie, but still, it was just like, dang, he's taking people out left and right.
And the way they did the whole thing, it really was Thanos centered movie. The way, and not to spend so much time on that first scene because it was a 2.5 hour movie.
Yeah.
So the way they jumped, the progression of the Scarlet Witch and the Vision relationship, and you had the fight with Corvus Glade and Proxima Midnight, and that's two of Thanos' generals with Scarlet Witch and Vision. You had that fight. With Captain America and them coming in and jumping in, and
there was a lot of mini fights.
all those fights, and you had when the Hulk was thrown into Doctor Strange's house and back in New York. So you had the Ebony Maw and Cole Obsidian. That was his name in the movie, but he has another name in the actual comics. But when they fought in New York, and we saw the Iron Man's new armor.
Yeah, new suits.
You still and when some great lines when the Hulk was trying to come out, and when Iron Man said, "Dude, you embarrassed me in front of the wizard," and just so much.
The interactions between the characters was really cool too.
Seeing all these characters interact.
And in one movie, and then like Thor calling Rocket a bunny or a rabbit.
Right.
Rabbits.
And Groot, Groot, this brooding teenager.
Yeah, I'm playing the video game this entire time. Oh my god, I am Groot.
Right.
I was dying. It was so funny.
When the Guardians found Thor, and when Thor was laying on the table, and when Drax told Quill that you're a dude, this is a man.
Yeah.
And then he said something about this is he's half pirate, half angel.
Yeah.
And then how Quill started talking,
like Thor.
with the deep voice, and just so many great lines, man. And that reveal of who did they reveal?
They revealed Red Skull.
The Red Skull, all the way from Captain America.
Yeah,
First
I was
Avenger.
like, wait a minute. I was like, Red Skull? What? Like, they're bringing someone for the first movie? Like, what the heck? Yeah.
That one really shocked me. That they had the foresight to bring him back.
Yeah.
Because he disappeared after getting the original Tesseract. He's the one who had the Tesseract at the beginning, and when he disappeared, they had the foresight to bring him back. I thought it was death, because in the comics, if you read, if you know the Thanos story, you think that he has this obsession with death, so that's what I thought it was, and it turns out that this was the Red Skull. Great Easter egg, because everybody has been saying, where is the Red Skull?
Yeah.
The fact that they had the foresight to throw that in there, and the Red Skull said, I can't access this, but so he looked like one of those ring wraiths from Lord of the Rings. So
is he like banished there forever? Like
he has to stay there.
Oh god.
Which is fitting for that fool.
Well, yeah, but I'm like, geez, it's a long time. He's been
there. He's a Nazi, so hey.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. I know, I was telling, because my boyfriend's like never seen any of the Marvel movies, so I was like whispering in his ear like who these people were, because he hasn't seen them yet. I was like, he's a Nazi, and he's like, what? Because like he hasn't seen the first Captain America, because he doesn't know like he was from World War II and like he was frozen, all this stuff. So he has to go back and watch all those movies. But it was just.
But what Thanos had to do to sacrifice to get the Mind Stone, and you know, how Gamora was laughing because she thought that Thanos' quest came to an end then, and when she realized that, hey, you know, when Red Skull said, hey, those tears are not for himself, they're for you.
Yeah.
And when she realized that he's going to kill you to get that Mind Stone,
Soul Stone.
or the Soul Stone,
Uh-huh.
it was like, wow.
I know. I was like, that's when I cried. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then, you know, people keep saying or asking, you know, is she going to stay dead? And I think she's going to stay dead because remember, the actress who plays her is in the Avatar movies. And she's getting in. They're getting ready to do a trilogy of the Avatar movies. So she's getting ready to start filming those movies. So yeah, I think she's gonna be dead.
Dang.
They're getting ready to start filming those movies. So
I mean, Star-Lord's gonna be crazy for the next couple movies because, you know, love.
yeah. So you know, then we get Thor. You know, you know, this boy right here was destroyed in Ragnarok. So Thor gets a new hammer, and you know, we had a guest appearance when they went to, and I can't pronounce the word, but when they went to where the original Mjolnir was formed, and he had to reform a new hammer with the
giant dwarf.
Yeah, with the aid of Groot. And you know that was incredible because you know you got Rocket who saw the power of Thor. So
yeah.
when they, you know, when all the Avengers, well, not all of them, you know, you had the huge fight on Titan with Iron Man and Spider-Man and on the Guardians, and oh my God, Star-Lord. So when Thanos gets back to Titan by himself, and you had Nebula, who she, you know, Star-Lord had this plan of, you know, they were going to incapacitate Thanos, and they had Mantis calm Thanos down so Iron Man and Spider-Man could take the glove off. And then, you know, you had Star-Lord asking Thanos, where's Gamora at?
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, so you had Peter and Iron Man trying to get the glove off. Yeah, Mantis calming him down. And then Star-Lord, being the hothead he is,
yeah.
Star-Lord blew it. They almost had that glove off.
But could they really take the glove off, though?
They almost had it off.
Oh, so
that glove was almost off.
So it's a regular glove. I don't know if it's like sewn into his
That
body
glove
or
was
something.
almost off.
Dang.
And Star-Lord being the...
Well, yeah, he was in love. He lost his girl.
So trillions of people died because that fool was in love.
Yeah.
Come on. So Star-Lord, thanks Star-Lord.
Yeah.
So yeah. So he did what he did, and you know, trillions of people died, and so that all happens, and Doctor Strange. What happens on Titan is Iron Man gets stabbed, but before that, Doctor Strange looks into millions of possibilities of what could happen, and says that there was only one chance of them winning this war. So they have this battle. Iron Man gets stabbed, and Thanos beats down Iron Man, was getting ready to kill him, and then Doctor Strange said, don't kill him, and he gave him the gem, that the time gem. Why do you think he gave him that gem?
That I don't know, because I remember like earlier in the movie he was saying like if it comes down between you or Spider-Man, like I'm gonna save the gem, not you. So maybe he did see like I have to save him in order for, you know, it to be better.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, because like I believe him that he would choose that time stone over them if he needed to, but if he saw in the future that he can't be dead. Right.
I think you're right. I think he saw that Iron Man had, either he saw two things. Iron Man had to be alive in order for them to beat him in the future, or Thanos had to have all 6 gems. So he
saw that himself disappeared.
Right.
And he was like, Iron Man stays, so he's gonna need like to be alive because I'm gonna be gone if he gets it anyway, you know.
So that happens, and then they have this. While that's all happening, you had the rest of the force, and this is the huge battle that we've seen on the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And several people made reference to this. Marvel really gets you with the trailers.
They really do.
When we all saw the trailers and we saw that splash page of everybody, you have Captain America and Black Panther and Okoye and Widow and all of them running. Winter Soldier,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got War Machine and Falcon flying, and in the background you got Winter Soldier and you got the Hulk running.
Yeah.
And everybody's pumped up. We don't see the Hulk no more.
We don't. The Hulk's like, no.
We got Bruce Banner and the Hulkbuster.
They're out the whole movie. No. Because that's true. He was in Iron Man suit, so we assumed that was Iron Man.
So we don't see the Hulk anymore, man.
That Hulk was scary. He said no.
Several times the Hulk, and Bruce Banner was like, Hulk, what's going on, man? And the Hulk would not come out.
Yeah, he was just like, no.
So there's either two things. The Hulk was so scared of Thanos, which I find that hard to believe, because
yeah.
but
But
Thanos put the whoop.
Yeah, he did,
he
and
put
he's
hands
big,
on him.
so he's usually never like
He
getting
put
beat down.
He put hands, but Thanos did have the Power Stone, so he had a little bit more. But like I said, he was also depowered from the books. Or we also know that from Ragnarok, Thor did tell Hulk that people on Earth really don't like him.
Yeah.
So he could have had a little bit of that. So Hulk got some issues,
Yeah.
Bottom line is, they got some stuff to work out.
Yeah.
But they go to Wakanda, and they went to Wakanda because they had to get the mind. What did Vision have? The Mind Stone?
Yeah, Vision had the Mind Stone. So Shuri was working on him
Right.
to try to get it out, but then that's when everyone started to come.
Yeah, so the forces, and you had Proxima Midnight, one of the generals. She's the only woman general with one of the Dark Order, and then the big guy. I think his name is Cole Obsidian in the. I think that's his name. I think that's the name of the movie. So they come and they're talking to Cap and Panther through the force field. And then, they released all of these, all those four-armed guys that you see in the trailers.
Were those like monsters? Like.
Yeah, they're called. I think they're called Pathfinders or something like that in the books, and they're like, I think they're like they send them out as scouts.
Oh, okay.
I know there was a book called Infinity. It was like a 9-part trailer, and they would send them out to do like reconnaissance. Like they sent them to Black Bolt, the Inhumans. They were sending them out when Thanos was trying to find his children in one of the books, and they sent them out. And they can they're so stealthy you can't. So in the books they're a little bit different. They can't be detected or anything. But Black Bolt was able to detect one of them. Mm-hmm. But they in this thing there was like thousands of them in the movie.
Scary, climb on everyone.
So they had this when the Wakandan army came out, and they were like, they were coming through that shield. They were trying to sneak around the barrier. So Panther said, "Open that shield up," and that's when you saw Panther and Cap running. And I love that. I love that shot they had when they showed everybody running. First of all, when they had the chant.
Yeah.
When Panther and them was chanting and getting everybody hyped up. But when they showed Panther and Captain America just take off, I mean, the two of them would. Those dudes, man, you gotta love Panther and Captain America, man, because they ran. You got thousands of these aliens running at them,
and they said we're running towards you.
They just run, two of them just running towards them.
Yeah.
And they pull the camera back, and you see that purple effect. Panther, as he gets hit, he releases that kinetic energy, and it was on. You got War Machine and Falcon coming in, blowing up stuff, and it was just on, man. Fantastic fight scene.
It was really good.
Just unbelievable. I still, God, and I just kept hoping that the Hulk at some point, especially
when he would come out,
when they jumped him and had him on the ground, I was just hoping the Hulk was gonna blow up.
Nope, he said nope.
But
I'm keeping myself calm through this.
He just would not come out.
No,
man.
yeah, he was.
But man, all those little stories within that fight, they, it was just. It was just, like, it was just 10 years of all these people, all these movies we've seen.
Yeah.
No Hawkeye,
That's true. They said that he was, like, on a mission.
Yeah, but,
he was, like, retired.
Where was Hawkeye? I'm a big Avengers fan. Hawkeye's one of the faces of the Avengers.
Well, he was probably doing a different movie or something.
Yeah, I want to see Hawkeye.
Yeah, see, Hawkeye was gone. Nakia was gone from Black Panther. I felt like she would have been in there, but
Nakia would have been gone.
That's true. Well, she's not. Yeah, she's not like a fighter.
When Thor came.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay.
Because they were getting beat down.
That's true.
It looked like it was lights out.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Panther getting thrown up all over the place. They were throwing the Panther around. You got Captain America getting beat down. You got the Hulk got pig piled by like 20 of those things.
Mm-hmm.
It was looking bleak. It was looking bleak, man. And then all of a sudden, from the skies.
Yeah, he did. He came down.
It was, it was that effect of the Bifrost. Because Thor's new hammer, Stormbringer, now has, since Asgard is gone, you no longer have Heimdall up there. Thor can no longer say, Heimdall, send me here and there. So when he got that new hammer made, Stormbringer, he now, in the comics, this hammer could always transform places. So they now put that into this movie, or this hammer, so he can do it now. So when things were at its worst,
it's like my guy came.
And Thor, when he was on the ship, he told Thanos.
Yeah, that's true.
After Thanos killed Loki, he said, "I'm gonna get you."
But what Thanos did say though was true. You should have got for the hand. You
should have went. That's later.
I know, but I'm saying that
that's later. So, clouds came. The Avengers saw Thor, because remember, the Avengers had not seen Thor. The last thing the Avengers had heard was when Banner said that Thanos had killed Thor. So they all thought Thor was dead.
Mm-hmm. Wait, did he say that he killed Thor, that he killed... Well, he wasn't there when he killed Loki either.
Right. So the last thing they heard, because the only people that knew Thor was alive was the Guardians, and the Guardians were with Iron Man. Mm-hmm. So everybody else thought Thor was dead.
So he assumed that Thor was dead since
everybody thought Thor was dead because Banner was the last one who saw Thor, and he was telling everybody Thor is gone. Mm-hmm. So when they saw Thor, and that's why Banner said, "You guys are screwed now because Thor's back." That's true. And it was like, oh no. So it was on, man. They, the God of Thunder's back. And it was on. Thor jumps in the air. He said, "Where's Thanos?" Yeah. And he let out the biggest, there was this crater, and he took out like 200 of those things. Yeah, that is true. And it was like it was like Thor came with a million 5-hour energy bars. Yeah. And everybody, they just...
Yeah, but see, that's how they get you. They get you hyped up like, yay, we're going to win. And then, no.
You know what? Because I knew what was coming.
Well, you did, but I was like, oh, wait, what? So, I was like, yeah, go Thor.
But you got to remember, in all those videos, in all the trailers, what did we kept seeing? That there was a change coming. So, Cap said, "I need everybody here," because they felt something coming. And then Thanos steps through, and he's coming for the Vision. So everybody comes.
Oh yeah, I forgot he wasn't there when Thor came at first.
Right. So everybody.
Oh yeah, everyone was there. Comes. They were fighting him off.
Scarlet Witch was basically with one hand, she was destroying the Mind Stone. With the other hand, she's holding Thanos back, who has 5 Infinity Stones with one hand. That just shows you how powerful the Scarlet Witch is, because he basically took care of all the other Avengers by himself. And she's doing 2 things, keeping him back, and he has 5 Infinity Stones with one hand, as she's destroying his Mind Stone with the other hand. That just shows you how powerful she is.
Yeah.
And, and that just shows you now how powerful Thor is, because he then had all 6 stones, and he was shooting Thor, and Thor threw that axe, and the axe went through all his power, and he had all 6 stones. So even with him having all 6 stones, Thor was still able to shoot, throw that hammer, went through his power, even though he had all 6 stones. Everybody who we saw disappeared, I don't think they're dead.
Okay.
I think they went, if you know the comics, they have the Soul Stone actually has a world within the Soul Stone.
Okay.
So I think all their bodies are all their souls. And in here, when they disappeared, I think they're actually in the Soul Stone.
Okay.
So I don't think they're dead, because there's no way they're going to kill them.
So then half the universe is in the Soul Stone?
I think they're like in this other, it's like an alternate universe, but it's all within the Soul Stone. So I think half of the next movie is going to see, I think you're going to see...
The Avengers movie or
the Avengers movie.
Okay, because Miss Marvel's
I think
in the past,
you're going to see 2 movies. I think there's going to be a physical... I think you're going to have the Avengers movie next year with 2 different plots. You're going to have the physical Avengers that's left, Iron Man, the old school, who's left on the outside. But you're also going to have this other plot of the Avengers who are on the inside of the Soul Stone with this mission on how they're going to get out of the Soul Stone. Yeah, and it's a more of an alternate reality type.
Another thing I'm interested to see in the next movies is we saw the on-screen people disappear, but who else disappeared? Did Iron Man's girl disappear?
Right.
Did Hawkeye disappear? All these other characters that we know but we didn't see disappear.
Right. Captain Marvel is actually that's going to be set in the 90s, and Captain Marvel is very powerful. In fact, they made some claims. It's not the same in the comics. She's very powerful. But they said she's the most powerful Marvel character in the Marvel universe, the cinematic universe. She's very powerful in the comics. She's not Thor or Hulk powerful, but she's very powerful. But in the comic, in the Marvel movie universe, they said she's as powerful as the Hulk and Thor. So it's going to be very interesting how they do that. Now, what I was also wondering why did Nick Fury decide to call her now? Because because Nick Fury is in the Captain Marvel. In fact, they said in her movie, we're going to see how he lost his eye. So he's in her movie. So why didn't he call her during the original Avengers movie, when all those aliens came and it looked like the Earth was going to, be overrun by all these aliens? Why didn't he decide to call her then? And how's Captain, if her movie is set in the 90s, where is she? Where's she been all this time?
That's true.
So she has to have been in space. Thanos has been in, and remember, if you're in deep space, you don't age the same way that humans age on Earth. So if she's been in space, he's been in space, could they have clashed before? Can Groot regrow from Thor's hammer?
Oh, because he's a little twig. But because he was a twig in that movie.
Yeah,
he was literally just a twig.
Regrow from Thor's hammer.
Oh, Groot.
Thor's going to be walking around with that hammer, and then his hammer's going to start dancing in his hand. Is that possible?
That's very true.
Is that possible? So,
very
man,
true.
it's
going to be interesting.
And that movie comes out next year. You know, we don't have to wait 2
They're
or 3.
kicking butt. We're gonna have Captain Marvel, Venom, Wasp, and Ant-Man. Are they doing anything else before Avengers? That's already
Deadpool
3.
comes out in 2 weeks.
Deadpool, that's 4.
In 2 weeks.
So
Have like the Avengers Secret War to bring the X-Men Fantastic Universe into the Marvel Universe. Because
that's a big role in itself too.
Right, because how are they going to explain bringing in the X-Men universe into how they're going to
Yeah, because that was its own like
right
franchise.
because in the X-Men everybody the world knew about mutants.
Yeah.
The world knew that Magneto had tried to take over the world.
Yeah, so that's
that Magneto had tried to kill the president. That Magneto had flew like a huge football stadium and landed it on the White House lawn.
Yeah.
How are you gonna hide? And nobody, the Avengers didn't try to stop him. And I know it was in a different time period, but you know they did their little thing with time and all that. Can they do a rush job and say all these heroes died, quote unquote died, because I don't think they're dead, and so
this is the time to introduce.
This is the time to bring some of these new people in because all these other.
You lost your favorite
But
character.
then some of those characters would have had to disappear too if half the universe.
Exactly, I'm like it's random, so we
that
don't know
means
who.
so some of the
we don't know who's gone. Like they can't bring the entire X-Men
right. So you
people
can
if half the universe
cherry
is gone.
pick to bring some of them in.
That's why I said like maybe bring a couple of characters
right.
and based on this movie because this is going to be a precedent for whatever happens like next.
Right.
Like yeah.
So man, I'm excited, man. I just can't wait. I can't wait for the Black Panther movie is still in theaters.
Yep.
And it comes out on DVD in 2 weeks. That's crazy.
Instead of having like one showing, it has like 6 or 7 just at our theater.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
So man, this is fun times. You know, like I said at the last movie, man. You know, 7-year-old Sean is doing like handstands inside,
the
man.
Brute dance.
Yeah, doing the Brute dance. You know, I mean, look at my wall. You know, I'm a 50-year-old man, and you know, I never thought I would see this. If you'd have told little me that I would be going to the movies to see the Avengers.
Yeah.
I got a freaking Thor hammer,
He has a Thor hammer
right here.
and a lights up.
I used to run around with a stick chasing my friends in the hood with a towel with a paper clip around my shoulders. And now you can go on Amazon and buy a real Thor outfit. And I grew up in the hood. I used to have a stick and that was my Majorna hammer. And I had a towel with a paper clip. I mean, and now look at that. And I can turn this thing on and make thunder sounds. God bless America, man. I mean, my God. God bless America.
Oh my God.
It's just unbelievable. Man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And you know, and at any time I can turn on the TV and watch these characters that people used to call me a nerd for reading, and now it's making $1 billion, and the whole world is falling in love with.
That was an in-depth conversation about Avengers Infinity War. If you haven't seen it and you watched this, go see it. It's amazing.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
2 thumbs up, man. 2 thumbs up.
Got 4 thumbs right now. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. But yeah, I think that is it for now.
Yep.
We shall see you next time for a different trailer that comes out or another movie we review. But yeah, I don't know.
See ya, Deadpool in 2 weeks.
Yep, that's true. All right. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jade. If you don't know who I am, make sure to like and subscribe so you guys can see my videos that I upload every Wednesday.